Coming up on Fox 5, becoming better listeners and recognizing our blind spots. Pastor Miles McPherson from the Rock Church will join us live to explain. Many of us have done more self-reflecting over the last few weeks, haven't we? Pastor Miles McPherson from the Rock Church joining us now to explain how we may be missing some of those blind spots. Good morning. Thanks for taking the time.
Hey, how you doing, Raul?
Oh, those blind spots, Miles, I tell you what. Here's the thing. If they're blind spots, how can we notice them? How can we see them? How can we identify them?
Yeah, and you're referring to my book called The Third Option, Hope for a Racially Divided Nation. I have two chapters. There's only one topic that I have two chapters on, that's blind spots. And blind spots are what we don't know that we don't know. For example, when you say you don't see color, your intent is to build a bridge, but the impact can be negative because you're telling somebody you don't see what they are and how God has made them. And so the blind spot is the gap between what you intend to do and what the impact of what you do or say. And one of the ways you can understand that and understand what your blind spots are is simply to ask. I mean, you can go to people that are different than you, that are not in your in-group, as I describe in the book, and ask, is there anything racially offensive that I say? Or even if you're a guy, ask the women in your life, is there anything creepy about what I do? You know, because a lot of times we don't want to see it. We're so used to doing things. And if you could humble yourself and be a learner and ask the people in your life, listen, am I rude? Am I prideful? Am I considerate? Do I listen? You can ask that question about all kinds of parts of your life and become a better person like instantly, because a lot of times we do things so often and so naturally we don't even know it.
I think people really underestimate how powerful that really can be, to be a good listener, to be a good learner. And quite frankly, we do that here in our job. We interview people. We want to tell their stories from all walks of life. And the main thing in order to do a good job at that is to listen and to learn. How does everybody get that lesson, though?
Sometimes people only get it the hard way. I mean, you know, I think what we're seeing now is that, you know, the black community's been saying, look at all this racism, and you know, some people have turned a deaf ear to it. Now they're not. It hasn't changed, other than George Floyd kind of waking everybody up. But everything's been happening, and people just haven't been listening. So I think if we humble ourselves and say, God, show me, open my eyes up to what I don't know about me. Listen, we live in a world right here in our heart of self-preservation. And we want to see everything the way we want to see it. We want to make our life as most comfortable as possible. But actually, the more we die to ourselves, the more we can be like God. And you know, Jesus says, if you want to follow me, deny yourself, pick up your cross and follow him. As long as we do it our way, we're going to be wrong. And the more we can die to ourselves and humble ourselves, the better. Matter of fact, June 20th, a week from tomorrow, we're having a county-wide event, prayer event on the street. We're going to line the streets in 8 parts of San Diego, maybe 9 if we get another site, from all the way from the north to the south, from San Marcos, Chula Vista, downtown, East County, Mid-City. You can go to wepraysandiego.com, and sign up. It's free, obviously, and we're inviting everybody, and we want everybody to come out and pray. No one's excluded, and it's not a protest. It is a prayer time of prayer. And we're going to give people an hour. We're going to pray for an hour, 9 to 10, June 20th, Saturday. And we're going to give people a guide that they can listen to in their ear to guide them through that hour, make it really, really easy for them.
And this is where you're bringing together, what, more than 70 local pastors, kind of everybody coming together with the same message to get it out to the people, right?
Yeah, and it's not a church event. It's actually, you know, the 70 pastors and myself, we're putting it together, but we're inviting everybody. No matter what you believe, who you are, just come out, and we're going to cry out to the Lord. And he says, if you call to me, turn from your wicked ways, I will heal your land. So we're going to cry out to God, and he's going to do something. We need healing in our relationships, in our physical bodies, in every area of our life in these days. And I think everybody knows that.
I think the most important thing, and you mentioned it, and you hit the nail right in the head. You got to listen better. You got to learn. And I can't help but notice all those books behind you. That's where you get educated. Oh, it's picture. Well, you know what? The stories in the books, and those are people's stories of their lives, and that's where you learn, and that's where you kind of help open your mind a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
I give you 3 steps, Raul. Listen, learn, and love. 3 L's.
And there you go. Pastor Miles McPherson, we thank you as always. Appreciate the time.
God bless you.
By the way, a new Rock Your City episode airs this Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning right here on Fox 5.